Good morning, traders. Welcome to our technical analysis webinar session. My name is Sitlengema from QuickTrade. Guys, please indicate if you can hear me. I see the numbers are starting to improve. Hi, Arun. How's it? Long time. Anna Gomez, how are you? I'm seeing you for the first time, Anna. Eric, I think I'm seeing you for the first time also. Nultando, hi. Ernest Mashaba, not the first time. Rhino, how's it? Michael, I think this is our first session. Stella Dons, I think you're also new. Okay, guys, please indicate if you can hear me. Okay, I can see Mashaba is already typing a message. Thank you so much, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Oh, thank you so much, Rainer. I'm good, Mr. Mashaba. How are you? Long time, man. Guys, I'm waiting for the numbers to grow a bit. I see that we've got new people joining us. I see Rhino's just joined us. Henry also, Shuping has also just joined us because I mean the numbers are actually very big when you look at the morning Stella. Okay, GBP, JPY. Arun, morning, big guy. Eric, morning, Poison, morning. The sound is not. Man, I don't know. Maybe it could be the problem with your. There could be a problem with your connection there, Mr. Poison. Unless if everyone is complaining about the same thing. Eric, your sound is good. Okay, no, that's good. That's good. Thank you. Morning, Michael. Guys, I just want our numbers to improve, maybe to 16 at least. Then from there we can start. Maybe in 2 minutes. We can start in 2 minutes. Okay, Arun, we'll have a look at your forex trades as well as the top 40. Okay, we'll have a look at that. We'll check it out. The principle is the same. I think it's just the numbers. I'll show you how you do it, maybe using the margin analyzer. We'll use the margin analyzer. Okay, guys, I think we can start now. Well, I mean, the other guys are gonna get us as we go along. Okay. Okay, guys. The main thing that I want us to address here is the importance of doing your weekend analysis. Because I've spoken about this a couple of times. I don't know if the guys are doing any of this, but it's very important doing your weekend analysis, making sure that you do your trade analysis over the weekend. You can do that maybe using the forex market. We're actually going to use forex. Uh, we're going to use forex to do these analysis. Maybe we can have a look at a couple of stocks also. But I think forex, there's a lot of volatility happening there, so I think it makes a better it gives you better trading opportunities. So I think that's why we are going to go with forex. Otherwise, we can actually do analysis on anything, Brent crude, gold, anything over the weekend. Then you know what levels you are looking to trade for the week ahead before you even begin that week. Okay, techniques you making money. Okay, anyone else have different techniques than you and I'm trying to okay, Mr. Poisons, thank you so much. Arun, I see what you're saying here. Anyone else have different techniques than you and making money? I'm not really getting your statement or your question there, Arun. Could you please clarify that one for me, big guy? Oh, Ana Gomez, are you using a mobile device? Ana Gomez? If you are, you won't be able to see what I'm showing on my screens. You can only be able to see what I'm demonstrating if you are using either a laptop or a desktop. iPad, no, iPad is not good. And please try the laptop or the desktop. Then you will be able to see what we are looking at here. I'm sorry about that. Okay, okay. I'm waiting for Arun and Poisons. They are still typing their messages. These principles they apply across the board. If you want to trade commodities, you want to trade forex, you want to trade stocks, you want to trade ETFs, they apply across the board. Okay, okay, Arun, let me look at your message there. You're saying like instead of using the moving average, other indicators, or in the morning 5 minutes charts, then make decisions to go long or short on the top 40. Yeah, Arun, that's a lot of work. Yes, you can do that, but the problem is that when you are not really like super experienced, you may not be able to do well trading using using such short time frames. But I mean, if you do your analysis maybe on bigger time frames and mark those levels using maybe the 5 minutes, yes, maybe you can still do it, but you have to make sure that you stick with the main support and resistance levels that you got off a higher time frame. I don't know if you understand what I mean. We'll have a look at what you are at what you are saying. We'll have a look at what you're saying later. Exactly, because I mean, you make so many bad mistakes. I think end of day trading is the best trading strategy, more especially if you are starting out. I mean, stick with that one. You will never go wrong. Okay, let us start. We are doing our weekend analysis. Let us look at, I don't know, can you guys give me any currency pair that you'd like me to have a look at? Any currency pair? You lost twice this week. Poison. Hey, sorry, man. Okay, guys, you can give me any currency pair, any stock that you want us to have a look at for the week. AUD, JPY. What is that one? What is that one, Poisons? JPY Is it JPY? No, no, but I mean, I can see the base, but I cannot see AUF. Sure. Okay, guys. Okay. Enough. Okay. Yeah, we have enough now. We'll get more later. We'll get more later. So we're going to start off by our AUD. We'll have a look at AUD, but that one at the top. Okay. Oh, okay. JPY. I wonder if we have a mini on that one. I'll check. I doubt if we have a mini on JPY. Let me check from the big ones here. It's AUD JPY. I don't think we have JPY AUD. I think maybe AUD JPY. Yeah. Uh, Okay, guys, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Thank you so much for highlighting that one to me. Okay, I said today we're going to be using the, 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 the dotted line. The dotted line chart is we have a line, we have candlesticks, and we have a dotted line. So we are using a dotted line today. Each and every dot that you see on the chart, you must know that it's important. It marks some important area, either support or resistance. So it's very important that you pay some special attention to those. You pay some special attention to those. It's very important. So here I've marked the levels that I think are important because I mean they are very close to where our price is trading currently. They are very important. Well, I mean this was back in 2017, May 2017. This is meant to be our support here at the bottom here. Okay, okay, it's meant to be support at our bottom here, and the next one is this one here. This was back in November 2016. That area is important. And another one that we marked was in just like recently, 1st of April. And there's another one here where the market is currently trading. There's another one here where the market is currently trading. So it's important to track what the price is doing and make sure that you have your support and resistance levels around where the market is trading. So, well, I mean, this is on a monthly chart. The weekly chart, I'm going to mark it in black. This one is going to be this color. The weekly is going to be in black. Another thing that I wanted you guys to highlight is the rising trend line that we have here. We have this rising trend line going up. This is the main trend line that the market is supposed to respect. Okay, now let's go back to our candlesticks. We've now gone back to our candlesticks. So currently the market is trading in a tight range. This tight range is still on the monthly, guys. This tight range is between 0.75242 and 0.74878. The market where is currently trading on the monthly, we are stuck in this zone here. Let's go maybe to our daily chart to see if we cannot understand exactly why we are stuck there. Okay, let's remove this line. On the daily, it doesn't look right. Okay, the market, this market is in a downtrend, but I mean, if you look at your support and resistance, we got these support levels from the monthly. I'm not really going to adjust these lines, although I would like to put maybe another line here. I'd like to put another line here. If you go back maybe to your line, let's go back to the line chart. You can just use the line chart. Put your I hope this doesn't confuse you guys. Put another line there and have it as a dotted line. Around this area here, we have a little bit of support on the Australian dollar against the US dollar. Although our main trend is down, we saw the US dollar bouncing off this area, going up, and yesterday it was up like 8 basis points. But I mean, it's I wouldn't really go in and buy and buy this one. I think we may see the Australian dollar going up to 0.7600, 0.7600 or 0.76 around this area here before sellers come in again to push the price down. I think we still have another leg down on the Australian dollar against the US dollar. I think we may go up for a bit, maybe go back up to this this line here. Let me make it a little bit thicker. Go up to this line here, 70.76. 0.7600. If you see this market going up to the Australian dollar going up to 0.7600 during the course of next week or over the next couple of weeks, you must pay some special attention to that level. It's important. I think that's where we can expect to see sellers coming in and starting to sell the the Australian dollar against the US dollar. The price will probably come back down to these levels here and hopefully break below, come down to this area, 0.7400. That's what I see on the Australian dollar. If you want to trade the Australian dollar, if you are an aggressive guy, after this bounce that we've had here, maybe you can take a chance and take a long on this one. Although we are still below our moving average, which I always say that you must respect. Make sure that when the stock or the currency pair is trading below its moving average, you don't buy it unless if you have some serious support area nearby or resistance area nearby. Then you can go in and take a trade. Well, I mean, that's what I have on the Australian dollar. I don't know. I don't know who brought this one up. Let's see. Eric, you brought this one up. I don't know if this is in line with your analysis, but I mean, according to my analysis, as long as we are above this line, this thick line here, I'll tell you what it is. It's 0.75242. 0.75242. I think we may still see a bit of a push on the Australian dollar next week, maybe pushing up towards 0.76, around 0.76. That's when I expect to see buyers coming in. That's when you can actually go in to take a short if you want to go short there. Well, okay. The reason why I think that we're going to see that is because of the bounce that we had here around this support area. Support is not really an exact area. You must always make sure that when you do your support levels, you mark a zone, or you mark a zone or an area, because I mean the market sometimes does not go to that exact point and return. It goes and plays within a particular zone, like this zone here, between this 0.74878 and 0.75242. This is a buy zone here. This is a buy zone. People are supposed to be buying this market here, and it bounced off nicely on the 3rd of May, and on the 4th yesterday it shot up. So I'm expecting to see a bit of a follow through. I'm expecting to see a bit of a follow through here based on the support that we've hit here. I expect the price maybe to shoot up there. That's mainly why I think that is going to move higher. Another thing is that although the US economy, their unemployment reduced to, I think, 3.9 from over 4%, according to the numbers that came out yesterday. Well, I mean, the non-farm payrolls for the month of April, they missed the guidance. They came below guidance. I think they got something like 162,000, and the estimate or the guidance was 192,000, and the numbers came below that. So that is why we saw the US dollar yesterday losing a bit of ground against all other currencies, including the gold price. The gold price went up to trade around, I think, 1,314. Earlier it had been trading around 108, 109. So that shows that the US dollar lost a bit of ground there on the back of the results. The numbers that came out. Yeah, that is true. Gold and dollar, they are inversely correlated. Yes, that is true. Poisons, that's true. Okay, so when trading technical analysis, you have to have some idea of of what is happening when it comes to the fundamental factors that control the stock or the currency pair, you have to have that understanding. Because trading without that understanding sometimes can mislead you. You have to make sure that maybe your analysis are in line with your fundamentals. Although I don't use fundamentals mostly, but it's important to look at what is happening in the economy so that you get a better understanding of what's likely to happen going forward. Okay, let me see. So that's the reason. Well, we got this line from our our monthly time frame. This is our resistance. It was a turning point, so this area is very important. So this is why I'm using it as my next resistance on this particular pair. Oh, okay. We are done with the AUD USD. Now let's look at the local stocks. We are going to use the weekly time frame here because you can either use the weekly or the monthly. It doesn't really matter as long as it's a bigger time frame. Let's have a look at DSY now. We'll use the weekly time frame. Let's go and get our dotted line. You see the trend is positive on this one. You see this market has been rising since 2017. Even if you're not using the moving average, you can see it's making higher lows each time it ticks up. This is our support, this area here. This is our support. This is where we are supported. This is another area where we are supported. But the price is too far away from these prices. Now let's get closer to where the market is right now. We are marking this turning point here. This was back in Jan the 8th, 2018. This is where our resistance is currently. You see, we are trading below this point here. You see, it's marked with these dots here, that area. This is our next support here, where we have these two dotted lines here. I'm not worried about these because the market is currently trading here, so we are below. We are below this area. We are now here, so I'm going to focus more around this area. Okay. Well, since we broke below the moving average on the 26th of March, DSY has been under a lot of selling pressure in this market. Every time, I don't know if you guys can see this, every time it comes to 175, it leaves these long tails behind. That shows that there are sellers there. I mean, with their sell orders, willing to push the stock down. So for the week, we were down just over 3%. Well, I mean, around 3.2%, we're down, and we are below our support at 170. 170 at the moment, guys. Every time, I mean, DSY goes to 175, they sell it. Every time it goes to 175, they sell it. I think there are still orders waiting around 175 on DSY. Right. Well, towards the end of the day, we closed above 170. But to me, I think that there's still more selling pressure coming. On Discovery. I think next week, if we tick up, I think there's a good chance that the market is going to move up on Monday. Because I mean the U.S. markets closed positively last night. So if we move up, I think around 175, we're going to get more sellers coming in and selling Discovery. That's the level that you must mark. Another area is important, that you need to mark is 170. 170, 170 is your support currently on immediate support on Discovery. The next support is around 166. Next support around 166. Another layer of support around 164. If that 164 fails, we're coming down to 157. 157, 156. This is the area where I think the prices may finally get to on Discovery. I think finally we may get to 155, 156 area. I think that's where we have a lot of buy orders waiting there. I think we have too many buy orders waiting there. I haven't checked this, but I think we have too many orders waiting around 156, 155. At the moment, they're waiting for the sellers to put the price down to them, and the buyers are going to catch the price at the bottom here. But that's if 166 fails, 164 fails. If 166 and 164, if they both fail, then we're definitely coming down to 155. At the moment, I wouldn't really go in and buy DSY. I don't think that DSY at the moment has the momentum that I need to go in and buy the stock. If you are in this one, you must be prepared to wait for the price maybe to get to 155, 156. That's if 166 and 164 fails to contain the price. Well, I mean, we'll have a look at Mondi. We'll check Mondi later, boys, and we'll check it. It's a you are going against the main trend. The main trend is positive. The market is still in an uptrend, long term. If you want to short maybe Discovery, you can look to short maybe around 175, hoping that maybe the price is going to come down maybe to 166, 164. That's where maybe you can look to take profits and make sure that maybe your stop loss is around maybe what, 178. Have your stop loss maybe around 177, 70, 177, 80, somewhere there. That's where maybe you can have your stop loss. Are you happy with that one, Arun? Okay, so these are the levels if you are looking to trade DSY. Those are the levels that you must check: 175, 170, 166, 164, 157, 157, 155. Around there, that's where I expect to see people coming in and buying DSY if it comes down over the next couple of weeks. Now we're moving over to Barloworld. We'll use the weekly time frame here also, and our famous dotted line. Okay, let's use our turning points here to check where this market is supported. We are right on top of our support currently. We have too many lines, too many dots there. I'm not going to mark all of them. I'm only going to mark those that I deem important. Okay, above the price, let's get our resistance area, the resistance levels there. This one here, I think, is our resistance around 163. Another area of resistance is here. I think we have a few lines already. I'm going to stop for now. Let's go back to our line chart. Let me see if maybe there's one that we missed. It's around here, but I mean, it's fine. You can miss it. It's okay. Well, Barloworld is below its moving average. It's been below its moving average since the 19th of March. Since then, it's been trading sideways, and every time it tries to go up to, I mean, this area here around 171, 172, sellers come in and push the price lower. You see, last week we had this bearish pin. Well, I mean, the bearish pin after the price tried to go up to 171.26. We had that bearish pin and it started coming down. Now let's go to our daily chart to see how it looks. Well, I mean, the main trend on this one, you can see that is up, it's positive. Every time it gets to 161, 159 levels, 150, 161, 160 levels, I think there is a lot of buyers waiting around there. But I mean, those buyers are not really willing to commit to push this higher. I think they're scared of what the market might do next. So around this area where we are, I'll say between 164 and 160. In my view, that's a buy zone. You can go in and buy Barloworld there. I think Barloworld is in consolidation. It's just trading sideways for now. Very soon, it's going to be trading higher because I mean, every time it comes down towards 160, buyers come in and push the price up. Every time it comes to 160, buyers come in, push the price up. So I'm happy with Barloworld as a long. I would keep that long. I think it's still gonna move higher, in my view, as long as it stays above that 160 area, or as long as you buy around 160, 161. I think you are good there. I understand that we are below our moving average here, but I mean we are moving sideways. There isn't any meaningful I mean trend in this market except for the fact that we've been sideways for a couple of weeks now. Well, I mean, Eric, I do use the moving average, but I mean, the moving average cannot be used on its own. You have to make sure that you use the moving average in conjunction with your support and resistance levels. If your support and resistance levels do not, I mean, support the moving average, then you have to ditch the moving average and use your support and resistance. Support and resistance, they are very important. But when you are starting out, it's important that you use the moving average. When you're talking maybe about the moving average, maybe you're referring to the 50, 100, and the 200. Those are, I don't really use that much. I don't use those really. I just use the 10 simple moving average and use support and resistance levels. Uh, Trading with chart patterns, yes, Arun, is important, but I mean the main thing here is to understand your support and resistance. Support, resistance, trend lines. If you can get those three together, you have a killer combination. You will be able to make some meaningful decisions going forward and make some real profits from the market. Looking at just chart patterns sometimes doesn't work for me, because I mean people start seeing things that other people don't see. They see head and shoulders where they are none. They start seeing a whole lot of things. So I suggest that maybe you stick with your support and resistance as well as your trend lines. So that way you will be able to make good decisions. Well, I mean, it's not the MA, the Arun, it's the simple moving average. It's the simple moving average and the exponential moving average. The exponential moving average is more sensitive to the price change, whereas the simple moving average is a little bit slower than the exponential. If you are looking for something more sensitive, you can go for the moving average, such as the exponential. But I mean, there is no difference really. For guys that are trading long term like us, I think it's important that we stick with the exponential moving average. Sorry, with the simple moving average. So, Arun, that's my take on World. Let's quickly have a look at first round. We're still going to check our top 40 and the S&P 500, how they did. Is this FSR? Oh yeah, it is FSR. Let's change it to the weekly. Okay, let's get our dotted line going. Let's remove all these lines. Let's remove them and start afresh. Remove all. Okay, guys, you know what we need to do now. We need to mark those turning points. Okay, let's mark this one. It's not too far away from the price. You have to make sure that when you do these markings, they are not too far away from the price. Okay. Okay. Oh, how many lines are we going to have here? Okay. Save another one around here. We may have to. Okay. First rand, I think, is in the same situation as DSY. Well, I mean, the weekly is okay. I did not check that. Well, I mean, the weekly is below the moving average, so it's under a bit of pressure. Last week we were down 3.31%. On DSY we were down 3.17 or 3.2. So I think they have a similar a problem there that they are facing. The rand weakness. The rand weakness is a has a huge impact on the financials. So first rand is not really doing that great, I think, because of the rand weakness. But I mean, yesterday we saw the rand coming back a bit after the US dollar started retreating. So, well, I mean, what I'm looking at here is this area. Okay, I'll mark two areas here that I think are a problem on first rand. This area here around 69 is a problem on first rand. I spoke about it a couple of weeks ago when we were looking at it. Another area that's a problem is 67, 67.50, 67.26. That area is a problem. The market came down when it went up to that area. That was okay. On the second, it was up. On the third, it went down, and yesterday it didn't actually do much. We have these two, 66 and 41. They are too close to each other. I'm not really gonna pay any attention to them. Our main support currently is around 64.40. Main support around 64.40. Another area of support is sorry, lying at 63.63. 63.63, but I expect the price of first rand to come down to 61.62 area eventually. I expect to see 61.62 on first rand eventually, because I think this market is still gonna come down a bit. So on first rand, I mean, the price is likely to come back down to 61, 62. I think those are the levels I'm looking at. I think there's a lot of buy orders waiting around 62 and 61 area. Around there, we have orders waiting, and around 67, we have some orders. 67.50, I think we have some orders waiting to sell first rand also. Every time the price goes up to 67, you find sellers waiting there. If the price manages to go through that 67.50, 69, there are orders waiting to sell there again on first rand. And eventually, I expect to see this price coming down to 62. This area is very important. You can mark these levels, guys. Watch them. Check what the market does every time it gets to them. That's the main thing. I want you to look at 69. I want you to look at 67.50. Yeah, around 64. 64, yeah, you can mark 64 also. 64 is providing us with a bit of support here, and 61, 62, I think is the main one. When the price finally gets there, I would expect to see a lot of buying interest coming back into the market. That is on first rand. I'm done with the first rand, guys. If you have any questions, please ask. Okay, let's look at SHP. SHP shop, right? Let's mark those turning points. We have a turning point around 247 here. Okay. I'll leave this one. I'll leave this one for now. But no, let me leave it. Let me do it. ShopRite is another stock that is range bound, is trading in a tight range. That range is 252. Every time the price tries to go towards 250, 252, sellers come in and push the price down. Another area of resistance is around 247. Every time the price tries to go above 247, let me mark this area here. Is this not too big? No, make it a bit bigger. Okay, this is the main area. When it gets here, sellers come in and short this market. Let me see if I cannot fix. Oh no, I think it's perfect. It's perfect. There's no need for me to fix it. It's perfect. These areas are important for now. They are very important. Okay, every time the price gets to 247, there are sellers around there also waiting to push the stock lower. So it's 252, 247, and 243. Around 243, there are buy orders there. Every time it gets to 243, there are sellers that come in and buy the stock. 243, 243, 241, 240. There are sellers, there are buyers there willing to buy ShopRite. But I mean, we are below the moving average. We are close to our support here, resistance here. They're pushing the price down. Let's check what happens on Monday. I think maybe on Monday we are going to have a good day. But I mean, every time the price gets to about 240, 239, I think there are buyers that come in and buy the stock. Otherwise, if that 239, 240 area fails, the next area of support is around 236. If that 236 fails, we can look maybe to buy around 233, 230 levels. I mean, ShopRite is a good stock. Right now, it's been in consolidation trading sideways in that tight range. I expect maybe to see the price maybe coming down back to 240 at some point, even 233 levels at some point, because I believe that this market is still going to have a little bit of a dip before we see this market rising. So that's what I see on ShopRite. But I mean, if you look at a bigger time frame, which is your monthly, the monthly is still showing you positive. Although we've had 3 months of underperformance on this stock, no, this is Feb. In March we're down 1.3%. In April down 1%. Month to date we are down 1.67. But I mean the main trend is still up. The main trend is still up. We are just having this temporal weakness in this stock. Okay, let's have a look at Mondi. We still haven't looked at the rand, MND. Guys, I don't know what happened here. On last week, I don't know what happened here. We went down more than 6%. Sorry about that. Let's get our dotted line there. This is very far, but I will use it. I'll use this line here, or this turning point here. Yeah, I think it's important. Okay. Turning point there. Sure. Okay. Well, I think Mondi was overbought. Was overbought. It was due for a correction there. That is why we saw the price reversing like that. Okay. You see, the price went above this resistance here. That resistance was around 353. It went through that area, and sellers came in and they pushed the price down because I mean we had some sell orders waiting around here, or we had people waiting to see the price. Okay, Eric, yes, I do set my take profits and stop losses based on what I see on the chart using support and resistance. Oh, okay. Okay, guys. Thanks. But I mean, if you check the structure, let us now go back to the daily time frame. If you go to the daily time frame, you can see that around this area here, there is a lot of resistance. So it got there, and I mean sellers came in. I think the news that came out about that acquisition that they want to make in Egypt, according to what Arun has just shared with us here. I think it caused the market to go down a bit. So that is why we saw the market coming down. It went below this. Well, I mean, this was after the market went above this area. This area became your support. You see, it went down 3 days. One, two, three. Came down to the support 343. Buyers came in. They pushed the price up. The bad news kicked in. We came down to the support around 327. The price stayed above. We went below, and yesterday the price tried to uh, break through above 327. It failed and it remained below that area. So the next area of support on this one for me at the moment is 317. The mood in the market is actually very good. It's possible that on Monday we may have Mondi breaking above 327. If on the first hour of trading on Monday, if in the first hour, guys, of trading on Monday, we close the hour above 327.56 or 328, that's an early warning that the market is likely to maybe go back up to 342. But I mean, if that doesn't happen, if it fails to close above that 328, 327.56, we may not see the price of Mondi going up, back up maybe to 343 on Monday. So if you want to be like short-term trading, like using those short-term time frames, I suggest that maybe you use the first hour of trading to decide whether you want to buy or sell the stock, provided you understand your technical levels. Okay, so if we fail to close above that 326 on Monday, we'll come down maybe to 317, 318 levels. If that level fails, we're coming down to 310, 310, then 300. Around 300, that's where I expect to see a lot of buyers coming in and buying the stock. It's possible that we may still see the price maybe coming down to maybe 290, 295. But the main area that I'm focusing on right now is 300. I think around 300, we may see a lot of buyers coming in and buying Mondi. I think we may see a lot of buyers coming in there and buying Mondi. Mondi is starting to look positive. So the range really for me is 310 and 360. So the price had to come down around 360. Let's check. Let's check if okay. I'll move. Let me steal this line. Let me move it up here. You see, this turning point, guys, was in 2017 September, and when the market went up there, it was approaching this area to form a double top. This was a double top, and the price started coming down around that double top area. If you check maybe that using the daily, I think maybe you may have a different picture, but let's check what we get. Well, when using the daily, you don't get the exact picture, but I mean, when you're using a longer time frame like the monthly time frame, those that are watching the monthly time frame, they knew when the market got there that that was a possible double top formation. Okay, let's quickly have a look at the rent. Okay, the rand, we'll look at the monthly time frame first. We are looking for our 10 simple moving average. The rand is still trading below its 10 simple moving average, and it went to challenge that 10 simple moving average. Well, I mean, a day or two ago. That area is around 272. It went to 272 and it came down, and the high for the month is 1272. 1272. So we are still trading below this area. I don't know if the rand is going to strengthen a bit, maybe come down to 1236 before before weakening again. I have no idea, but I mean, let's check what's likely to happen here. Well, I mean, let's mark resistance using those dots or those turning points. This turning point is around 1284. This one here is 1266 or 1267, and this is where the price reversed. So we have a range there. These are the levels on the rand. Okay, now let's go back to our. Okay. Well, I mean, there's a range. That range is around 1285 and 1270 or 1268, 1269, around that area. 1269 and 1285. I think that's the range that we have on the rand. That's the area where you can expect the rand maybe to reverse. If it reverses, we may come down to 1236. If 1236 holds, we're going to play maybe between 1236 and 1270. 1236, 1270. I think that's the range for now. If that range fails, we are likely to play between 1270 and 1285. 1270, 1285. But at the moment, our the gains on the US dollar, they are kept around 1269, 1270. I think that's where they are kept. That's where the rand is likely to reverse and pull back maybe down to 1236. We've seen 1236 a couple of times over the past couple of days. That's the area. You see this area that I'm talking about, the 1260, 1269. That's the area. It hit that. Okay, when was it? It hit this area on the second, on the third. It started reversing yesterday. It strengthened a bit. So now the area that we are looking at this area. These are the two areas if you are interested in the South African rand. I'm looking at 1270 and 1236 or 1235. I'm looking at those two levels. I think maybe we're going to be bouncing up and down between those two, 1270, 1235. If 1236, if this 1236 holds, we are going to see the rand weakening again, going back to 1270. If 1236 breaks, the next area of support is around 1214, and the next one is around 1188, 1190. Those are, but I mean, the main two levels I'm looking at 1270 and 1236. Those are the two main levels I'm looking at on the rand for now. I want to try and monitor those and see what the market does when it gets to those levels. Bosons, you remember, we are using those turning points from the monthly time frame. Nothing was drawn using the daily time frame here. Every turning point that we got it using the monthly time frame. So those are the levels we got from the monthly time frame. That 1214 is from the monthly time frame. You see here, 1214. The price got here in on the 8th of Feb, 2014. It reversed. It came down, and again here it tried to get to 1214. It failed. The high was what was the high? 1210. Came back down, and on the 9th of April, it went up to 1215. Sellers came in, they pushed it down, but finally it managed to break through. The day that it managed to break through was the 23rd of April. Soon after that, we saw the price shooting straight up to that 1270 area, and that 1270 area is our area of resistance currently, and the market hasn't actually taken that one out. We are hoping that we're going to come back down to 36. If 36 holds, we're going back up to that 1270 area. If that area fails, we're looking at 1214. We're looking at 1214 if that area fails. Okay. Okay, guys, that's it on the rand. We've never had any other stock. Okay. Arun, let me address your question. What is the head and shoulders pattern? Head and shoulders pattern. When did we have the head and shoulders pattern? Guys, I don't like looking at these patterns because I mean they sometimes they mislead people. I know what people are talking about. Like here, you can say that there is a head and shoulders pattern here. Maybe this is your left shoulder. This is your left shoulder. This is your head. This is your right shoulder, and it broke above 1214. You can say that maybe 1214 was your neckline or something like that. When it broke above that 1214, it started moving higher. But it's very difficult to spot these guys. That's why I don't like it. I think I saw one recently. Which stock was that? I think it was on AMS. Let's go to okay, let's go to AMS. Let me show you this on AMS, guys. This head and shoulders. I think I saw it on AMS a few days ago. How can I find it? Uh, no. No. It's very tiny. I looked at this and I said, to those that like maybe head and shoulders, they could say that maybe this is the left shoulder, this is the head, left shoulder, broke above and it went up. These are the levels we're looking at. 372 as our target. It hit that, came down. Now we're looking at maybe support around 340 to see whether the price is going to stay above 340 or break below. If it breaks below, we're coming back down to 321. That's where people maybe are going to start looking at AMS, maybe trying to buy it. But I mean, really, head and shoulders, guys, I don't think that we should look at that. Let us focus more on support and resistance and the trend lines. That way, we will be able to make money without looking at all these difficult patterns that are hard to read. Okay, the top 40. Arun, I will show you here. I'll show you the top 40 here. I think I agree with you there, Mr. Poison. I agree with you. It shouldn't come into trading. Okay, you go to account. Tell me if this makes sense to you, Arun, or if this is not not what you're looking for. Go to margin analyzer. You go to account, margin analyzer, and you come here. Let me check. In the middle of this box here, you have add new symbol. Add new symbol. Which one would you like to trade? The top 40 or the all share mini or the Aussie mini? Which one, Arun? Or just the top 40? Okay, let's just do the top 40 CFDs like you asked. Top 40. Top 40 CFDs here. If you buy one contract, you pay. Sorry about that. If you buy one contract, you pay 1024. That's your initial margin, 1024. So if you click here and push it maybe to 10 contracts, your margin requirement is 10,244. Is that what you're looking for, Arun? Like maybe the margin that you need to put down for a trade. That's on 10 contracts. If you want one contract is not too expensive. You pay like 1,000 rand. Dr. Patel, are you there? Okay, let's wait for Arun. We are almost done. We have like 10 more minutes to go and we are done for the day. If you guys don't have any more questions, we're going to be wrapping up soon. Uh, oh, okay, but is that what you were looking for, Arun? Oh, okay. Yeah, you can just go there and check. Even if you are looking for like a normal currency pair. Okay, let's remove it. Let's remove it. Let's say maybe you're looking for a forex pair. Let's do this on a forex pair now. You go there. You want to trade CFD minis if you don't have a lot of money in your account. But I mean, if you have enough money, you can go to the spot. I mean FX minis. It won't give you any issues. Okay, if you want to buy the GBP USD, the initial margin on one on one contract is 169. If you want to push it to 10 on minis, if you want to push it to 10 minis is 1,692. That's your initial margin that you need to put down. Okay. Wasn't you asking what is the type of return we are looking at on forex? It depends on how accurate your understanding of the market is. If you are good, you can actually grow your account rapidly. If you are good and you are good in managing your risk, you can actually do very well in making money using forex. But I mean, it depends on how well you are able to trade. If you are a good trader, you will be able to make a lot of money on forex. So no, no, not always. It shouldn't always be one is to two ratio. 1:2 ratio is there to help you make sure that every time when you win two times what you lose. But I mean, sometimes if you see that you can get a 1:1, you can do a 1:1. But I mean, we do not really recommend that. Or you can even do a 1:5 if you feel that maybe the pound is going to strengthen against the US dollar over the next couple of months. You can just take a long trade and keep it running for a good maybe 3 months, and from there maybe you can even make 1:10. You can do that. It doesn't need to be a 1:2 all the time. No, don't worry, you get there, poisons. Don't worry, you'll get there. Yeah, it's fine. You can come in maybe for like 30 minutes to an hour. It's not an issue. Yes, Arun, I agree with you. 100%. If you are looking at your maybe if you are going for a long, your support, your entry is very important, and your next area of resistance. That's where you should set your take profit at. That's where you exit. That's how you should really I mean time it, using your support as your entry and your resistance as you take profit. That's how you do it. Margin analyzer, guys. That's what you do if you are not really too sure how much you're going to pay for the trade. You just go in there, put the name of the stock, and put the number of shares. It will show you how much you're going to pay for those shares. Well, it's stop, entry, take profit. Stop, entry, take profit. They are very important. You have to make sure that you need to make sure that every time when you place your stop, you do not place your stop within the support range where people are likely to buy the stock. Make sure that you push it out of the range so that you don't get stopped out unnecessarily. It's very important that you free up, you afford your position a little bit of space to breathe. You don't be too tight on your entry when it comes to the stop. Okay, and cut down your losses quickly. Well, I mean, cutting down your losses quickly. Well, if you've done your analysis, you're happy, and you're happy with where your stop loss is, just keep it there. Make sure that that stop is good, and when the market gets there, just you know kill it. Okay, Rhino, you're saying, can you check GBP got in for a short at 143,250, want to take profits at 135. Let me see. I did my analysis on GBP USD this morning when I came in. I'll tell you what I have here. GBP USD, I said if we get a bounce of 1.35, 1.35, if you get a bounce there, I think it's a good long entry. So if you are saying that you'd like to take some profits around 135, I think you're right there. I agree with you completely. That level is good. I like it. I think I like that level there. You must be making a lot of money there, Rhino. You must be making a lot of money on that one. Yeah, I see Rhino. I see Rhino. I see. No, that's good. That's good, man. That's very good. Let me check. How many contracts did you buy there? Rhino, how many contracts did you get? You went, let me check that entry price. 20,000 contracts. Did you not do it with us, Rhino? Did you do it with us? Oh, yeah, I see. Because I'm checking here. I cannot see that huge number. Oh, okay. No, that's perfect. Well done, brother. That's awesome. Oh, you're trading on two platforms. Okay, no, that's perfect, Rhino. Well done. That was a good trade, big guy. Guys, if you don't have any more questions, thank you so much. We're going to wrap up our session here. Thank you so much for your input. You were very interactive. I enjoyed doing the session with you. If any of you are still in the dark, they don't really understand what is going on, you can send me an email. It's Sihle at quicktrade.co.za. Send me an email to sihle at quicktrade.co.za if there's anything that you do not understand. That's my email right there, Ernest. I've just sent it. IPOs. Actually, we don't have a lot of those. We don't have a lot of those in South Africa these days. Although a couple of companies are listing, but sometimes look at quality and I mean, I'm not sure whether really one should go in and buy or not. Well, but I mean, they are there everywhere. Like if you go maybe to the States, they have IPOs every now and then. Maybe you can get some there also. Yeah, we'll have one again next week. We'll have one again next week. We'll have one again. We're going to have another one. You're welcome, big guy. Guys, have a great weekend. I'll see you again on Monday. Monday we'll be doing 12 to 1 or 12 to half past 1, Monday to Friday. You can join us if you have a chance. No, it's going to come out each time you attend. Boys, don't worry about it. You're going to improve very soon. You're going to improve very soon. Okay, guys. Cheers.